we talked to Solitary 4 years ago on our program, one of the first interviews we ever did on our show. But we talked to them 4 years when the Diseased Heart of Society came out. We talked to Rich, one of the, honestly, it was one of those interviews where I thought, hey, man, maybe this Metal-O-Mania thing might turn into something. So we're super excited to catch back up to Rich and a new dude that just returned to the band. So let's talk to Rich. Let's play some Solitary jams. And let's come back and talk to my main man, Nick, here about some metal, you guys. Don't go nowhere. There you go. Let's talk to Solitary. Here, I'm going to cut this and then do a restart on the record, sir.
Okay. Do you have like a minute? Or like, can I go out? I'm going to go outside and grab a smoke.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now for something completely different.
All right, Metal-O-Maniacs, I got something very, very special in store for you right now, as a matter of fact, and something that means a great deal to me personally, because this is my roots. This is kind of the roots to Metal-O-Mania, is catching back up with my man Rich and Gaz from Solitary, one of our very first interviews that we did when we started this whole Metal-O-Mania thing so long ago, right after the Disease release. How are you guys doing today?
We're great, man. You?
Hey, Chris, good to see you.
I'm fucking so excited to be talking to you, man. You said you made me a promise almost 4 years ago. You said I'll never stop thrashing, and you've kept your promise, sir. That's good shit.
Yeah, I think we made that promise in 2004. So we're still going, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But we're going harder. It's definitely. We're stepping things up.
Well, and now my understanding is, Gaz, you are back, right? This is your return, correct?
Oh yeah. I was there for the first album, and now I'm back for the best album.
Fuck yeah! Oh, dude, and I'm gonna tell you, man. As I've told you this before, I'm a huge Solitary fan, but this is the best album, brother. This is a rock solid, start to finish, kick your ass album. I love it.
That was the goal.
Thanks.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with how it came to be. How did the events roll out where you ended up back in the band and this kind of reconstituted Solitary form?
Right. Well, I guess back in we joined the band when we were doing the album in the late '90s, and we did a few tours, things like that. Everything was great, but after a few years, I had a few life changes. I moved away to another city. We just kind of kept in touch on the back end, and I was always following what they were doing. I checked out Disease, thought it was fantastic. And about 18 months ago, I just got a random phone call one day. What are you up to, mate? And it all just started from there. I mean, thanks to modern technology, I can be in a different part of the country, and we can still collaborate. We can still get the songs written. And this time, it's a whole different ball game. It's such a step up from where we were in the late '90s. So it is fantastic to be back. And like you say, best album yet. It's brilliant.
Brilliant, in fact, man. Yes, indeed. And Rich, brother, how you been, man? On a just personal level, how you been, brother?
I've been great. It's been. It's obviously we kind of keep in touch a bit on Facebook. I see what you're up to. You probably see what I spout about from time to time, but yeah, it's been a phenomenal kind of 4 years, really. And obviously getting Gaz back in the band was just, it's just what I wanted. It was at that point where, Pete came to us probably 6 months before he announced that he was actually doing, and he said to me, like, I don't think I can carry on doing this. He wanted to do different things in his life and everything. So, and I was just desperate to make sure that we got the right person in. So Gaz was just the first person I thought of, and I thought, well, because we kind of got in touch again. We've always been in touch, but we kind of played a show Gaz's way in, I think it was 2018, Gaz.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it'd been 2017, 2018, but it was over where Gaz lives. Gaz came down, we had a chat, and then he actually nipped up to Preston and played a few of the old songs with our old guitarist Matt, because we were going to do some DVD things. So when Pete left, I just thought, well, I'm going to give Gaz a shout, see if we can pull this off. And all power to Gaz, and the fact that he's back in the band. It's just the perfect. It's like a fairy tale ending to a metal story.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, based on the results, might I tell you, it fits like a glove, my friend. Fits like a glove. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's good shit. Well, that ultimately, I guess, how long was it before you were in the studio doing the Truth Behind the Lies? Because this fucking album, it just shreds, man. It's riff filled. It's fucking. I love the fuck out of it, man. I was a huge fan before, but I'm even more of a fan now. No bullshit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I think it was Christmas 2018 when Gaz, when we sorted it out and said, right, well, we're going for this. Gaz is coming back. So I think Gaz was over our way then, and I showed him all the songs off the Diseased album and the back catalogue. They didn't know, because obviously he knew the stuff on Nothing Changes, etc. And then it was just a case of us beginning writing, and I don't really think we had that much, did we, Gaz? Material back.
Yeah, a couple of riffs, a couple of sections. You had about 3-part songs on the go, I think.
Yeah, and then basically we just sort of set about it. We knew that it was going to be a hectic year for us, because we had a few shows, a couple of shows in Europe lined up, and then the Bloodstock thing came off over here as well. And we knew that we had to sort of write this album and record it before the end of the year, because we didn't want to leave it more than sort of two or 3 years in between albums. We can't nowadays. You just can't have that big a gap. And obviously, we did the EP in the summer of 2019 as well for the 25th anniversary. So that was the first thing that Gaz actually played on when he came back in the band, really.
Right.
So that came out in the summer, and then basically we just started recording. It would have been, I think, Roy tracked the drums in October, so we really started in October, and we got it all finished January of this year, really. So it was, it's really an album that we've kind of written and recorded in probably 12, 18 months at tops, if we take the ideas that we'd started kind of before Gaz joined. So, yeah, 18 months, fastest album we've ever written. And, it looks like we fluked it, really.
Hey, when it works, right? Because it's a very tight fucking album, you know what I mean? Well, I was excited to hear that it was coming, you know what I mean? And of course, I do follow you on social media and make sure I know what you're up to, brother, because I'm a fan. Going back quite a bit of ways now, but yeah, man, you guys did step up your game here. I'm no bullshit. This is just this is a thunder release, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Simon, the producer, he's got a plan for us, and he wants to every release step it up, and I think bringing, going back to bringing Gaz back in, he added something that hasn't been there on probably the last 3 albums, really. That energy and that low end power, just the bass playing on Nothing Changes fit perfectly with our sound, and I think the bass playing on XXV, which is the EP, and then obviously the Truth Behind the Lies, just fits. It's the missing ingredient, really. And then the other albums, no disrespect to the other bass players, but it just didn't have that same power. It doesn't have that same. It didn't lock in, and it's locked in now. So we're very happy.
Well, man, right. Everything you've ever had is all about the ingredients, right? I mean, the right ingredients makes the right fucking entree, as it were. So
yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're back in the fucking band, guys, because I'm loving the fuck out of this album, brother. So.
Me too, man. It was fantastic to smash out a couple of festivals and some gigs before we got locked down.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Is that
we got over to Europe? We got over to Europe and got a festival in. We got Bloodstock in the UK. We got a couple of shows in London. So just itching for more now. You know what I mean? We're gonna absolutely explode when we hit the stage next time.
Oh, that's where it's at, brother. This whole thing has definitely sucked, but when this happens again, when we do hit those stages again, it's gonna be in fucking sanity.
Yes.
Time to break shit. You know what I mean? For our metalheads out there, who do not already have their copy of The Truth Behind the Lies. And I'm telling you guys and gals out there, if you don't, this is must-own shit. Get it right now. What's the best place for them to pick this up, brother?
Well, I mean, it's Metalville have got a US labels, arm of the label. They've got a US offices, etc. So it should be, in all the retail in the US. Obviously, Amazon have got it. You can get it from our website as well, but obviously there's a shipping costs, etc., which are quite exorbitant going to the US now. The postal cost is almost as much as the album, but obviously if you buy it from us, we'll sign it. So that's what people want. That's what we'll deliver.
Yeah, well, fuck, I'll pay the extra for the signature, man, because I fucking love you guys. Goddamn it.
Yeah, you got to please the people, man.
That's right, brother. But you guys are on Facebook. You got your own YouTube channel. You guys, you're pumping it out there on all the social media shit, so you can be followed by these cats, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously we've got our own website, which is where all the stories and everything. So that's worth a look. And then.
And what's the website called, Richard?
It's solitary.org.uk.
There we go.
Yeah, solitary.org.uk.
Yeah.
All right, good shit, man. So you're telling me I can go over there right now and give me a kick-ass solitary shirt?
Oh yes.
You can. Yeah. Obviously, it'll be a smaller one than you would have got a few years ago as well, Chris. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Considerably so. Well, and speaking of getting old, man, I ain't gonna call you guys old, but I was just realizing this band goes back to 1994, guys. Do you ever feel old sometimes when you realize that?
I don't.
That's okay. Goddamn Peter Pan syndrome, baby.
I don't know. I suppose like when you look at the old photographs and everything, yeah, you do. You sort of think, where's all the time gone? But then if you kind of sit and reminisce, you sort of think, well, that's where all the time's gone when I was doing this, that, the other, And obviously, it's just great. And I said it earlier, but it's just great to have the real nucleus of the band back together that was trying to do it back in sort of like 1998, etc. Having Gaz back in. Obviously Roy the drummer's been in since 99, and then I think Andy joined in 2002 or 2003. So we spent a lot of years together, and it's just great for us all to be sharing the same experiences, And I think that was the thing when Gaz rejoined. It was like, it was only right that he got the opportunity to go and do all the good stuff with us, because without him, we wouldn't have been where we were in 98. If he hadn't joined the band then, we might not have finished that first album. It might have all been a bit of a pipe dream, but it wasn't,
The guys were, when we did the first album, the guys had literally been in the studio about a month when I got the call to come in and take over.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it was wild times.
It was wild.
Other than the obvious, that being the corona and all that bullshit, but what's the biggest market difference this time in the band as opposed to last time, if you don't mind?
For me, it's been the step up in the size of the gigs. I mean, like playing festivals in the Czech Republic, playing Bloodstock in the UK. I mean, that's like, that's one of the goals to cross off the list. You know what I mean? So it's been a huge step up on that side, but also, I mean, there's been three things really. There's been the step up on the gig side. There's been the band now being signed to a label that know what they're doing, right? They're a metal label. Back when we were doing this, if we'd have asked a label if we could do a couple of releases in a year, they'd have been, I don't know, so it depends what. These guys are like, have you got anything else for us? When can we release something else? Oh, we're going to do some more next year. It is amazing to have that kind of support and enthusiasm. And then the third big difference has been working with a producer like Simon Efferby. The guy is a legend. He's done, your listeners, viewers, sorry, you guys will know Crowbar. I mean, he did the Broken Glass album for Crowbar. He's done, I don't know how well known they are in the US, but he did pretty much all of Paradise Lost's work in the UK as well. the guy's fantastic. He's got a great sound, and to work with a producer of that caliber was like a whole nother level, you know?
Fuck yeah, brother. That's good shit, man. Well, and it shows. I mean, it shows. This is fucking top shelf, man. This, in my opinion, this is absolute must-own release, my friend. So it shows.
Thank you. I think when I rejoin the band, you don't know sort of how it's going to go, really, like how it's going to gel, how the songs are going to come out. But when we left the studio after sort of months of doing things like the drum tracking ourselves and getting all this stuff sorted out and getting down to the studio, the intensity of that, of just like a solid week of blasting these songs out and getting nailed, went home and just thought, wow, I just hope that what I'm hearing in the studio is, you know, translates. And then when we got the record, even on my small monitors in my home studio, the thing sounds massive. I couldn't be happier.
Oh, man. Well, I wish you had video footage of me running to Scully when the first video came out for this. Even I ran into Scully like, Solitary's got a brand new video out. You got to check it out. It's fucking badass. And we were both like, fuck yeah, you know. That shit for us is fucking presence, man. You know, that's manna from the heavens, brother. So let's do a double shot of Solitary for you guys and gals out there, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me too, man. I appreciate the fuck out of it.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
You guys kick so much fucking ass, man. Let's hit them with a double shot.
This is Gaz from Solitary. You're watching Metal-O-Mania with Crypt and Scully. Keep rocking.
Those who fall in Come again?
Exactly. And again, and again, and again.
I see.
I've got more stuff if you want to see it.
Oh, that feels so good. Yes, yes, yes.
We want that war on the box.
Boom, baby!
Well, how fucking cool are the guys in Solitary for hanging out with us, man? Pretty cool. I love them dudes. Fucking kick-ass new release. Go out there and pick up your copy of The Truth Behind the Lies. You're going to want to have their entire discography, metalheads, especially if you're thrashers.